Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Troublefree. In today's video I'm going to tell you about economic order quantity, what is EOQ, and a graph related to EOQ through which you can understand more better, and a formula to find out the value of EOQ and also the limitations of EOQ. Okay, so in the subject of management sciences, so by the end of the video you will be knowing what EOQ is exactly. Done? So to start off, first, what is EOQ? EOQ stands for economic order quantity. Okay, economic order quantity. The word itself should tell you what a EOQ is exactly. So you can define it as the size of order at which ordering and carrying costs are minimum. So what is ordering cost, what is carrying cost, and how many types of costs we'll have, that also I'll tell you in this video only. So size of the order, that means how many units you need to order, how much you have to order, so that the ordering cost and also the carrying cost are minimum. Okay, how much quantity, whether 10 units or whether 100 units or whether 1000 units, how many units if you order, you will get carrying cost as minimum, is called as the economic order quantity. Okay, so before learning about economic order quantity in detail, you should understand what ordering cost and carrying cost are, right? So during when we are purchasing a material, we will have total of 3 types of cost. Okay, when we are purchasing, first is purchase cost, second is ordering cost, third is carrying cost. Okay, so what do you mean by purchase cost? Is the actual cost which you pay for that particular material. Suppose you are purchasing a dress, let us take, you're purchasing a dress, and the actual cost of the dress, the actual MRP of the dress, whatever is there, so the amount that you are paying for the purchase is called as the purchase cost, right? And next comes the ordering cost. So in ordering cost, you'll have transportation costs, you'll have documentation cost, and inspection cost. All these will come under the ordering cost. Okay, the actual cost of the product will come under the purchase cost. Ordering cost is the transportation cost, documentation cost, inspection cost. All those kind of costs will come under the ordering cost. Okay, and moving over to the carrying cost, storage cost, and the insurance. So all these will come under the carrying or holding cost. You can call it as holding, or you can call it as carrying. Okay, so purchase cost is the exact amount that you pay for the material. Ordering cost is all about transportation, documentation, inspection, etc. And carrying cost is the cost which is required to store the material, the insurance that you pay for the material if in case of any fire accidents or anything happens. So that is called as the carrying cost. So what do you mean by economic order quantity? These both ordering cost and carrying cost should be minimum, the cost at which how much amount you should order, so that ordering cost and carrying cost, both of them will be minimum, is called as the economic order quantity. Okay, so in economic order quantity, our ordering cost and carrying cost will be equal, both of them will be equal, and both of them will be minimum. Okay, and we need not consider about the purchase cost, because the purchase cost is fixed. Suppose moving over to the traveling cost, in ordering cost we have traveling, right? So in traveling cost, if you are you have purchased 100 units of material, then traveling cost will be less. That means you can just bring it in a trolley auto or like that. If you suppose you are purchasing some thousands or 10,000 units of material, then you need to get a big container, right? Big lorry or something you need to get, big truck you need to get. So the transportation cost will vary, even carrying cost also, the storage and insurance cost also will vary according to the quantity, right? But the purchase cost is fixed, right? Purchase cost is the exact amount that the base amount that you pay for it, so that is fixed. So we need not consider about purchasing cost while we are discussing about these factors. The only thing which keeps on changing with a quantity, with time, or with the distance traveled, or all is the the ordering cost and carrying cost, right? So we need to consider both of them while we are drawing the graph. So this is the annual cost and this is the order quantity. Okay, how much you're ordering, and this is the annual cost. So you will be drawing a graph, you'll be plotting the ordering cost and also the holding cost. Done? So for 1 unit how much, for 2 units how much, for 3 units how much, like that you will be plotting a graph. At the point where the order, this is the order cost curve and this is the holding cost curve. Okay, the point where the order cost and the holding cost, both of them will meet, is called as the EOQ, economic order quantity. That means this much quantity if you order, this many units of raw material if you order, then your ordering cost and carrying cost will be equal to each other, and they will be minimum also. You may also get a doubt that holding cost is minimum here and the ordering cost is minimum here, so how can you say at this point the ordering cost and see, individually minimum is not important for us. Both of them together should be minimum at a point, and that point is called as EOQ. Okay, done. So I think you're clear about this. And how do you find out the value of EOQ? So that is given by the formula square root of 2 times D times S divided by H. So what do you mean by D here is, D is nothing but the annual demand. Okay, and what do you mean by S is cost per order. Cost per order is different, cost per unit is different. Okay, don't get confused now again, right? And C is cost per unit, and H is the holding cost in terms of money, and I is the holding cost in terms of percentage. Okay, there is a difference between H and I. Both of them are related to holding cost, of course, but H is in terms of money, I is in terms of percentage. Okay, and you can get the value of H by I times C. If H is not given to you, I and C is given, then in that case I times C if you do, you will be getting the H, and then you need to substitute here, you will be getting the EOQ, how much quantity you need to order, right? So even though it has, you know, this is a very good theory, right, to hear, but even though it has got some limitations, and let us see what are those limitations now. First thing is, ordering cost and carrying cost should be known accurately. This will work properly only if the ordering cost and carrying cost is known to you perfectly. Okay, so if you don't know them, accurately, then the result also you'll not get it accurately. Done. Regular usage of raw material, then only it works. When you are using the raw materials regularly, in that case only it will work. For example, let us take a company which manufactures umbrellas. So umbrella will have demand only in the rainy season, right, or sometimes in summer as well, but most of the demand to umbrellas will be in rainy season only, right? So these kind of industries will not use the raw materials regularly. So regular usage of raw materials is there, then only this theory will work. Okay, and it's not for fluctuating prices, and if the prices are fluctuating, then it's not applicable in that case also, right? The prices should be standard. Now, if not even standard, they can rise or they can shrink, but that should be with a very less margin. Very high margin prices, if they are fluctuating with a very high margin, in that case this will not work. Done. So this is about the EOQ, economic order quantity. Okay, done. So in the next coming videos we will be learning about the techniques of inventory control. Done. So that's all for this video. I hope this video would be useful for you. Thanks for watching the video. Let's meet up in the next coming video with another topic.